Hello and welcome back to the channel. Hopefully you haven't been put off by what appears to be a slightly clickbaity title. It's actually not clickbaity at all, it's actually very accurate. Transposition is really simple if you just take a couple of rules into account and do it in a procedural kind of way. Just for clarity, I'm not going to go into transposing instruments, why you might want or need to transpose in the first place, or transposing harmony. We're just going to simply look at the act of transposing a melody, keeping this video short and simple, and showing that it's really not that complicated. So the first step is to look at what happens to the key signature. So in this case, we're moving from the key of G major with its key signature of 1 sharp, being F sharp, to the key of F major with its key signature of 1 flat, being B flat. The next step is to examine the root movement. So what we mean in that case is, what is the movement between the roots of each key? So we're moving from the key of G major to the key of F major. So our root movement is a tone downwards, or a whole step downwards, from the G to the F. This is important because it's the template for the rest of our transposition. So the next step is to take that template and apply it to each note of our melody. So in this case here we have this G, it's going to be moving down a tone to the F. This A is going to be moving down a tone to the G. This D will be moving down to the C, and so on and so on. You follow this process all the way along and you'll get to a point where you hit your first accidental. So in this case here, this D sharp, what does it do in terms of the key signature? Well, D is natural, so this is just raising the D by a single step. If we come down here and look at this corresponding note, it's a C in this case. Look at the key signature. In this case, C is natural. So we can apply the same accidental to this because all we're doing in both cases is raising the pitch by a semitone. Let's carry on. So from this F would become an E. This A would become a G. Now the next accidental, which is this C sharp, let's take a look at what happens. So this C is natural in the key signature, so this sharp is raising this pitch a semitone. If we go down to our transposition, this B is flat in the key signature. So to achieve the same movement, we don't add a sharp here, we add a natural, because what we want to do is raise this pitch by a semitone. In this case, the sharp raised it to C sharp, and in this case, the natural raised it from B flat. And then we follow out the rest of the melody. If you follow that process, transposition is really straightforward. And so there's really 3 steps to it. Identify the key signature change first of all, and that will do the majority of the work for you. Next, identify the root movement, because that will give you the template for what you have to do for each of the notes in your melody. And then finally, as you hit your accidentals, address what they do in terms of the source melody's key signature. Hope that's been useful. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And as I say, there will be some follow-up videos which will go into some more deeper reasons for why you might want to transpose, and transposing harmony, transposing instruments, those types of things. Until then, enjoy your music.